Hey everybody, it's Hall of Famer Devon Dudley here, 24-time World Tag Team Champions. Now I've been up and down the highways creating history and all of that. But this podcast that I'm about to talk about, they're creating history. And I think you should be able to not only watch it, follow it, subscribe it, but tell other people about it. It's called Smart Tank Revolutions. Again, Smart Tank Revolutions. Check it out, because if you don't, I'll put your ass through a table. Now testify.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. I am your host, your co-accompanied host, the contender, if you will. Next to the champion, I am Mr. Donnie Wonderful, accompanied by who? I get the paper. I get the paper. That's blank.
You can't do this anyway. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where some of us always kick out at 2. I am your co-host, the never before seen, there's no in between, no garlic spice, nothing you've ever seen. Joey, I'm going to see you in your dreams business. And why do I feel so good? Why? Because I just climbed the top of Spice Mountain. I looked down on the summit. I saw Darby Allin on that bitch. I kicked that motherfucker off. He fell down, broke a leg. Tony Khan's going to put him in fucking traction for about 10 weeks. And I'm here, baby. And we just watched Saturday night's main event. And it was an event, but it wasn't just an event. It was auspicious. It was delicious. That's not fictitious.
It wasn't very nutritious.
It was not nutritious, but it was fucking good. And I am here at the top of Spice Mountain, but let's just forget the spice thing. It was a fun thing. It was great. It was a fun thing. It was great. It was a great thing. It was fun. Let's talk about the event itself. It was very interesting. The placement of the card alone just shocked me out the gate.
Talk to me why you were shocked.
I thought that. Punk and I thought Rollins and Braun versus Punk and Sammy out the gate was a bad choice.
Where should it have gone?
Mid.
Who should have opened?
The women. I didn't even think there was a women's match until we found out there was right before watching this.
I think you're placing this based upon your reactions to the match itself, because unfortunately, and not to sound misogynistic, but we all know that the women's match is usually placed in between
the bathroom break.
Yeah, in between the climax spots.
Yeah, and also the climax spots. Dude needs some dude wipes. But also, Punk got the biggest pop of the night from what I heard in the car. Like, that was a massive pop to start the show.
Jey Uso got a really good pop too.
I was a little fluttery from my victory, but that was a massive pop. And I'm like, shit, you done blown the pop at the beginning of the show? But that's fine. It's all good. I'm not even mad at the winner of the match either, because I think it was the right call. Like you said.
You do now.
Yeah, I was pissed off at the beginning. But, like, that was pre-Spice. Pre-Spice Mountain. I have a clarity and a affinity for things that I didn't have beforehand. So I see things differently.
So with this moment of clarity due to you conquering Spice Mountain, what do you think of Bronson Reed joining the stable?
Love it. I like it a lot. They needed another member. Was it Bronson? I don't know who else. He's good to go.
He has potential and he's available.
He has a ton of potential.
Monster heel.
He's a monster heel. He's a beefy guy. I think he fits the bill of what you need. You know, you got scraggly, wiry heel. You got big powerhouse enforcer. And then now you need just like crazy beefcake. It's a good job. Would I have put anyone else in that position? There's a couple people I would have thought about for it.
Let's hear two of them.
One of them would have been Ethan Page.
So you want to call up from NXT?
Yes, I would have called up Ethan Page.
Okay.
The second one I would toy between. I would have. Logan Paul might have been my second choice.
Logan Paul doesn't need Paul Heyman. Logan Paul is.
But also my
a heat
ultimate,
magnet
my
by
ultimate,
himself.
my ultimate that I really wanted, and I said it to you off camera. I wanted a recreation of the Dangerous Alliance, a la Alundra Blaze, with Becky Lynch. I really wanted that. I think Becky deserves her spot in a main event heel faction. I think it would have been cool for her to work with her husband. I just thought that would have been neat. But I'm not mad at Bronson Reed at all. I'm not mad. I think it was great. I think it was great. I think it was really good and really great.
Well, I can say Ethan Page would have been an interesting choice of aesthetic.
He would have been.
The aesthetic look would have been quite interesting.
I think it would have fit.
Becky Lynch, I just don't see it.
Why?
I don't see it. Bringing Becky Lynch into a stable. Who is she really going to feud with? Is she going to get involved when Seth is under duress or when Braun Breaker is under duress? What is she going to? She's way too experienced to have that type of. Not and no disrespect to Medusa because she was fantastic.
Yeah, isn't it time we have a woman in a main event heel stable?
Well, if you go to AEW, we have that. Death Riders, baby.
No, you do not.
I mean, I'm just saying.
You don't have her. You have a coat rack that walks around.
We have that.
You have a coat rack that
Ladies and
walks
gentlemen.
around with the fucking briefcase every week. That is not a woman. That is a coat rack with fucking legs. Shut up.
You asked the question.
Oh.
I answered.
God.
We got one. We definitely got one.
Brutal. Marina Shafir is not a woman in a stable. She's not a woman who's able.
Is the stable.
She is a coat rack who walks around and supports the briefcase.
So you want another China?
Yes, something, please.
And we don't have that on Tony Khan's side already. Literally, I'll try to start it off. I'm just saying. But I guess if I had to substitute Becky Lynch,
That's fine.
I probably would have suggested.
A coat rack.
No, I would have put as a matter of fact, I would have gave him a tag team instead to cover all bases. I would have loved to see Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, and the Motor City Machine Guns all under Paul Heyman. I think that's complete. Cool. That's complete. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that Ethan Page call up. I'm really not mad at that. As a matter of fact, I think it's kind of long overdue for those guys to get called up. All the ex AEW guys. So yeah, that was a good match. Of course, Sammy was going to take the loss. He's going to take the pin.
And I'm fine with that. I mean, I honestly thought it was the wrong. We talked about it in the car. That I thought it was the wrong choice.
But
upon further review and gritting my teeth, I think it was the right choice. I mean, you can't have Braun be derailed so fast, and you can't have Seth.
Okay.
Seth, listen, it's Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. Like, they're going to be a force.
So, before we move on, let me explain the reason why we're completely aloof with what happened between Chelsea Green and Zelina Vega. Spice Mountain, as
Spice
it's
Mountain,
been
baby, I was the champ.
referred to, and the video will be uploaded on this
I
channel.
was the champ.
We had a hot sauce challenge during that match, and that's not to say that the women's match was the pee break. We just said, hey, let's get this challenge done now, and then watch the match. But it lasted the entire thing. We had to tackle the Bomb Beyond Insanity, the Garlic Reaper.
Tackled it.
and which Chad, special Chad Epic sauce.
Holy water.
Holy water. And holy shit.
That's it, all of it.
And so as we were going life or death, we completely missed the entire Chelsea Green Zelina Vega match. Do you even know who won that?
No, I went through it the whole time.
We still like it. There was a bunch of milk being drunk, ginger ale.
I was too busy winning.
Oh, he was struggling, ladies and gentlemen. This man literally turned crimson red.
I turned crimson red, but I won.
Gorilla Monsoon would say, "It's a crimson mass." He was literally a red pixie cup, ladies and gentlemen. That kind of had us incapacitated to watch that match.
Yeah.
And then when we returned to our senses, lo and behold, it's the John Cena. John Cena versus Ron Cena.
Yeah.
A match under 10 minutes was everything we needed.
It was all we needed.
Listen, R-Truth was the oldest man on that roster tonight. And he deserves the MVP. He's just way too entertaining.
He looks so good.
He came out in John Cena garb with John Cena's music. The same exact music.
Best.
Doing all the John Cena cadences. The towel display at the beginning, running to the ring, running the ropes, tossing the hat. Ron Cena, ladies and gentlemen, stole the show from me. What say you, Joey?
Oh, dude. All right, so I just had to look up on my phone that Zelina Vega retained against Chelsea Green. I'm a little upset that the Secret Hervis didn't really help her the way they should have. But that's fine. I do like Zelina. I do. I'm a fan of Zelina, but more a fan of her husband, Tommy End. But this, Ron Cena, I wish they announced him
as Ron Cena. That would have been incredible.
That would have been the most ultimate thing they could have done. But, like, to have him do the fucking mannerisms with the music, the towel, the bracers, everything the way he did it was incredible. And Truth has got the fountain of youth. I don't know how he found it, where he found it, but, ladies and gentlemen, you better go talk to him. Because he's going to keep you young forever.
Yeah, he's legitimately bathing.
He looks so good.
He definitely does.
But it was just exactly what you needed. I'm getting tired. I said this to you prior to the match. Getting tired of the low blow John Cena retaining. But tonight it fit. It fit real good.
Yeah, John was able to work like a heel.
Yeah, he worked like a heel.
You didn't hear him call any spots because it wasn't necessary.
No.
He said like the total ring time had to be
10 minutes.
Under that, probably like
under 10 minutes, maybe 7 to 8
minutes. And it just worked beautifully. You had the 5-knuckle shuffle performed by Ron Cena. With the attitude adjustment. And then I don't care what I'm called. I'm still called the STFU behind that.
Yep.
You got the drama. This was a perfect match where, in a sense, where John really worked his full heel ability.
I really think this should have been the end of the card, which I was shocked.
Because you wouldn't have the underling belt at the end.
No, it wasn't that. I wanted to have the end of the card, but I wanted to have Truth be a bloody crimson mess from Cena. I wanted it to be like a JR Stone Cold thing where he just opened him up and like, open him up. Like just fucking really, that's your best friend.
But unfortunately.
And you're taking it easy on him.
Open
him up.
Our Truth wouldn't have got the same sympathy as JR would have gotten. So I see where you would have wanted to go with it, but I don't think it would have resonated.
I think it would have been a bigger moment for John Cena, but the show ended in a weird way.
Well, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
We're not there yet. So after the Cena twins had a battle to the deaths, we had the steel. We had the steel cage.
Yeah.
the steel cage match. Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. I'm gonna let you take the wheel on this one, and really, we're gonna fast forward because you were kind of up in arms about how that ended. I want you to explain.
I didn't like it.
yourself.
I hated it. I honestly hated it. So, it was Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Their feud has been going for a hot minute now. You really want to take it back to WrestleMania, you can. You want to take it back to current day, you can. I think Drew McIntyre is the unsung MVP of the WWE currently.
Okay.
I really, truly does. The man no one puts more work into his character on or off the screen than Drew McIntyre. So I thought that this was going to be a natural stepping stone into the next version of whatever he needed going on. And it wasn't that way. Not only did Drew not win, which I was utterly shocked at, but Damian won in dominating fashion. Like
Dominating?
Yes, it was very dominating.
I wouldn't go that far. I think as the match progressed, I thought they were doing a good job going back and forth. I think the ending was,
when you
put the
walk
period on
out and you decide to walk out.
Mind you, this was a concerto.
Yeah, when you decide to walk out, it's a dominating factor.
That's a decision. I respectfully disagree.
And it was a concerto, and I agree.
And finally, somebody sold the concerto again, like they would have in
Years ago.
in the Attitude of Ruthless Aggression era. If you get hit with a concerto, that should be it. The only thing I thought that they should have done more was actually wheel Drew McIntyre out. But we can't get everything we want. Damian,
I don't know where you go with Damian winning. That's fine. You explain to me the upside of Damian winning.
Well, I think it's a breath of fresh air for everybody. As far as we know, this feud is ended.
Yeah.
Let's just see where they go from there.
Is he feud with Chelsea Green? Because I don't get it. I don't understand his upside.
Well, Damian Priest, a former champion,
Yes.
mind you, yet the underling champion, but yet a former champion nonetheless.
Belt ever, my precious.
Now, he could also, be a good, nice babyface versus babyface contender against Jey Uso. There's nothing wrong with that. As far as Drew, maybe he disappears for a week or two or 3 or 4,
Yep.
and then comes back, and you can still do Drew and CM Punk again, as you like to say. That still has a lot of meat on the bone there. Or you could do Drew and Sammy. Sammy lost tonight too.
Yeah.
You can insert Drew McIntyre basically anywhere, and he's gonna fit. So I think there's literally more upside with him coming off a loss.
All right, fair enough.
And then from there, then we had our main event. My boy Logan Paul. I'm a believer now.
I love Logan Paul.
Logan Paul versus Jey Uso.
He's a victim of the machine.
Jey Uso comes out first, which was interesting. When I said, okay, whatever. Jey Uso, of course, the entire WWE universe that was packed into that stadium in Tampa Bay. Every last one of them yeeting flashlight phones on. And Jey Uso he controls the crowd. I'm about to just start calling him the MC. He's the true master of ceremony. Main event is Jey Uso. And then Logan Paul comes in. Now, granted, if this was a PLE, they probably still would be wrestling now. Logan Paul is one of the most athletic newcomers to the business that I've ever seen. Ever. And he always looks great. Decent match. I think they went on with about 15 minutes left in the program and used about a little more than that. Probably about 12 minutes. 12 minutes of it. Decent match. But then the climax of it John Cena interfering. If you didn't, or we didn't, we completely glossed past.
Yeah. I didn't know it. Thank you for telling me this context because I had no clue what was going on.
Yep. John, you were recovering from Spice Mountain.
Definitely recovering.
So yeah, John Cena and Jey Uso had a pre-match promo controlled by the vernacular genius of John Cena, basically saying, "Hey, you're gonna lose to a YouTuber, and I'll see you next time." And that sets some things up that we're about to get into now. So John Cena interferes. Cody comes for the save. Cody's back, ladies and gentlemen. Jey Uso gets the victory, and then they set the challenge for Money in the Bank 2 weeks from tonight. John Cena with his tag team partner, Logan Paul.
Jey Uso.
Against Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
Your thoughts on this, Joey Biz?
I thought it was interesting that they held Cody off for this return.
I thought that they would have held him off for Randy's return. I thought Backlash was going to be the one. I really did. I thought Backlash was going to be the belle of the ball. But I'm fine with it. I just thought it was really interesting. There's no dragging this out. There's no, let's see SmackDown to see what's going to happen. It's just straight up, you and me versus him and him next 2 weeks. And it was just bang.
Yeah, we all can be our own GMs.
I'm fine with it. I thought we were going to get Punk versus Cena at Money in the Bank as a anniversary match. But you know what? This makes it less predictable. So I'm all for it. And I'm glad. Because Cody, he's back. So you get Jay versus Cody versus Cena versus, who?
Logan.
I'm cool with that. I feel like Logan's going to get replaced with Travis Scott, though.
Oh, boy. Travis, if Travis Scott gets into that ring, I guarantee you, Cody's going to give him the greatest receipt ever printed.
I'll give him the greatest receipt because fucking being on my TV again.
As he comes in with that hardcore belt.
Oh my God!
That beautiful piece of gold strap.
Listen, I don't care what anyone says. Travis Scott is a travesty, and I don't care.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was our take, our fresh take. The show just ended 30 minutes ago. We decided to plug this telephone up. We didn't even have to mic ourselves up. We wanted to give you the raw, unedited, obviously unedited reactions to Saturday night's main event. Congratulations to all the winners, including the winner of Spice Mountain, Mr. Joey Business. For Smart Tank Revolution and Joey Business, it's Donnie Wonderful signing off.